Two words: sequel and paychecks. I loved the first Kingsman movie, and when I found out a sequel was coming, I was excited. Hey movie fans, before I get into my review of the Kingsman sequel, I want to welcome those who are new here. This channel is all about opening weekend movie reviews and audience reactions, so subscribe and check out my other videos as well as spread the word. Anyway, on to my review of Kingsman The Golden Circle. What made the first movie so great was the build-up comedy, action, and character building to the final climax. The cinematography of Kingsman The Golden Circle is undoubtedly stylish and gorgeous to watch on the big screen, with on-location shots of England, Italy, and who knows where else. Kingsman The Golden Circle has a lot of star power going for it. We have Taron Egerton, Mark Strong, Colin Firth, and Sophie Cookson reprising their roles, as well as new star power from Channing Tatum, Jeff Bridges, Julianne Moore, Halle Berry, and Elton John. Eggsy, played by Taron Egerton, is one of the last surviving Kingsmen when almost all of their agents are killed by a drug lord with goals to rule the world. Mark Strong's character Merlin also survives the attack and helps Eggsy discover that they have a fellow spy agency in the United States known as the Statesmen. Together, the Kingsmen unite forces with the Statesmen to battle the threat from the drug lord, played by Julianne Moore. Since she's a female, I guess I should call her drug lordess? Is that even a word? If you've seen the first movie, you know that Colin Firth's character Harry dies, but in Hollywood, you can bring back almost any dead character if a sequel warrants it. So Harry's back, along with Eggsy, Merlin, Roxy, and a lot of new characters. Personally, I think it would have been better to have left Harry dead in the sequel so that there was more focus on other characters in the film, which is one thing this movie gets partially right and partially wrong. In the sequel, it's assumed you've seen the first movie, so that you know about the returning characters already, which means the script didn't develop the returning characters as well as they did in the first movie, although there actually is some considerable time spent reacquainting us with Harry. I thought Taron Egerton was fabulous in his returning role as Eggsy, who now has to juggle saving the world with boyfriend duties. There are some really funny moments with him in compromising situations, all because he's a good guy who's got a girlfriend and wants to do the right thing. The new cast members we're introduced to in Kingsman are excellent. I wish Jeff Bridges, Halle Berry, and Channing Tatum got more screen time, but Pedro Pascal actually got the most screen time. And this wouldn't be an R movie without gratuitous violent deaths, cussing, and adult situations, which this movie hits all the check marks on, but personally goes a little overboard on. I mean, I hate to go back and compare this movie to the first, but some of the same things that made the first movie so special just weren't present on this second outing. The build-up to the end that we got in the first movie is almost non-existent in The Golden Circle. The cool spy gadgets are there, but all the action sequences, though way better than most scenes from more recent action movies, still don't measure up to the one action sequence involving Harry in the first movie. Elton John also has a great cameo in this movie, but as the comedy relief, I felt it was a little overused and perhaps a different celebrity like Bono would have been better suited to the same comedic role. Actually, I would have loved to see U2's Bono, Taylor Swift, or Aerosmith's Steven Tyler in that role instead. The premise of the threat posed by Julianne Moore's character is real. Her acting was amazing. I thought she walked a great fine line in playing her character with humor and charm, while also being on the menacing side. I do wish we were shown more gruesome manifestations of people dying from her character's evil plan. She releases this virus with the potential to kill millions, but we aren't really shown any deaths of anyone we really care about to make the threat seem as dangerous as it really is. There are a few things in this movie that don't quite make sense either, like how quickly the government is able to construct some sort of storage quarantine place in an arena, and even how Harry was brought back from the dead is a bit of a stretch. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy the movie. It just wasn't as polished and refreshing as the first movie. I give Kingsman The Golden Circle an 80% rating. It has a lot going for it as a sophomore effort, with great acting, humorous moments, and eye-catching cinematography, but it loses its focus a little in going for the action scenes more than the story at times. This is a no-brainer type of action movie, meaning it has more action than brains behind the script. It's more than serviceable, and was actually fun to watch with a crowd on the big screen, But if you're going in expecting it to duplicate the magic of the first movie, you might be a little disappointed because of its shortcomings in focusing a little more on the action than the story and characters. Kingsman The Golden Circle has low critical reviews, but average user ratings, and I'm going to guess on opening night it will earn a B or B+ cinema score rating, just like its predecessor. Movie-loving friends, I value your thoughts. Remember to subscribe, comment, share, and check out my other videos. If you saw the Kingsman Golden Circle movie, what did you think? Did you love it or hate it, or somewhere in between? What were you most disappointed in or happy to see in the sequel? Let me know in the comments below. Let's fill the minutes with real minutes. What did the audience think of the movie? Well, here's a few audience reactions on the opening weekend of Kingsman The Golden Circle. I apologize ahead of time because a few of my shots are shaky because I was cold and I really needed to go to the bathroom, so I was also doing the pee-pee dance. Anyway, enjoy.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the cast. The film quality was okay, but the cinematography was good. Julianne Moore made a great villain. I enjoyed the nice touch of Jeff Bridges and Channing Tatum, and the action sequences were good. I'd recommend it to other people. A few too many cuss words. I don't like the F word, but if you're willing to look past that, it's a good movie.
Well, I thought the movie was overall pretty good. The beginning threw me off because I didn't expect Charles to come back because he was an ex-agent and I thought he died.
Very enjoyable. Sadly, I felt like the action didn't quite live up to the first one because the first one's such a high standard. However, whether you saw the first one or didn't, I still think you will enjoy it.
Well, I personally liked the dialogue, even though it was a little iffy compared to the first one. The action was underwhelming for me, but I feel like the overall story was just well done, yeah.
I really enjoyed the movie because I really like action movies. The one thing I could say that I would change or I disliked, right in the beginning of the movie, the action was really fast, so kind of felt dizzy. But they should have spaced the action throughout the whole movie. But I really liked it. I liked the first movie, so it brought a really cool story to it.
It was a fun movie. It was a lot of action. It was what I expected from seeing the first one. So yeah, I liked it. It was a good movie. Good watch.
I really liked the fact that it basically took off immediately after the first movie. And if you watch the first movie, you'll have a lot of context and references for the second one. I kind of came into it with the marketing, thinking that especially with the poster or the standee over there, that Channing Tatum will be in it a lot more than he is. So don't get your hopes up on that one at least. But he's pretty awesome for the scenes that he is in. If you like the first one, you're definitely going to like the second one. I know there's some people are kind of divided over it, but it has the exact same themes and story beats as the first one. Not as strong as the first one, but that's to be expected from a sequel. But the thing is, the characters are all great, and I really like it.
Lots of action. Go see it. It's a lot of fun. If I say much more, I'll give away some of the twists.
There wasn't enough Channing Tatum, but I felt like I liked the first movie better, just because it's more it's more about the Secret Service, the Kingsman idea. But I mean, the movie was great. I really liked it.
I thought it's funny. It's like a comic book, but it's based on a comic book. And the music, the soundtrack was great. They're great new characters, Channing Tatum, and Jeff Bridges is in it. And I thought it was good. I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but it's got a lot of the humor. It's a little gorier, but it was fun. It was good.
Well, I thought it was great. I loved the first movie, and I thought this movie was funnier, and the fight scenes were just really quick, and it was really intense. And I liked that.
Pretty entertaining. Not a lot of Channing Tatum, but it was still good. There's a lot of action going on, but it's very entertaining.
Basically, the movie is pretty entertaining, but it's not really a complex movie, so everyone can really watch it and be entertained with it. So it's more of a, everyone can really watch it, not really specifically for certain audiences. So yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I'd rate it 7 out of 10.
I thought Kingsman was a decent movie. I think character development wasn't as strong as it was in the first one, and I think when they make sequels of movies like this, they did a lot of references to the first movie, and for a first-time viewer, like some of my friends that I went with, they might be kind of out of the loop for this movie. But overall, I think it was a decent movie. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
I enjoyed the movie. There's a lot of action. I really like, I don't know, just seeing like the whole adventure and unfolding. At the end, you know, it was a little like sad because I got emotional. You'll find out like why, but it was a good movie. Really enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching my review on Real Minutes. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to click like or subscribe.